I just felt something really deeply in my heart and soul that I just felt. So I wanted to share this on camera. Sometimes it's just those kind of experiences are just so deep, that there aren't others that experience it that deeply, at that soul level, so to speak. Right. Because of that, I felt something so deeply in my heart. It's like I could cry for a long time. So those that know me know my heart, and so I am eternally grateful for all of you that participated in this. That gave of your spirit and your energy to be here. My heart will always be yours. It will always belong to all of you. That's just the way it is. It's like you're in a race against yourself to give more love to more things that are alive and living. Because you know there's more out there that you're doing that with. And so you're on fire. So that means a lot of fire's got to come in on the subject. But we use it in a different way. We're not what they are. So they know that. And that's just the way it is. It's like, I'm not what you are, but I don't impose my will on you. But I know where that ends up. And that's deeply painful. Because you experience what that energy is actually doing to itself. And like it's assuring its own destruction. And that is like counterintuitive when I was a small child. I didn't even believe that was possible, actually. I thought it was, this is an illusion, this isn't real. And it really isn't, because it isn't what love is. So in the English language, when I learned it, I learned a couple words that were just universal truths. This is not real because it's not what love is. Start with that, end of story. So now there has to, because the energy is so low. Okay. So you're making an energy identification. I don't operate. This is not my density. So it's very uncomfortable. But if you dwell on that, it will consume you, because that's its intent. Okay. So you have to be more powerful in spirit to be more powerful in energy, which is a higher state of awareness. That higher state of awareness is now in a mode. It's like a mother and a father joined as one to protect all their children. So you don't want anything below what you are to suffer any harm, because that energy protects them, because that's the energy they experience. Their children experience that energy from their parents. So that's a oneness that you feel with that energy. That's the largest formation, because it accelerates faster than any other formation. That's the creative side of the cosmos, all of creation. Love is the hottest accelerator. Nothing goes faster than that, period. And when you stop believing that, you're in trouble. It means you fell in a hole. And all of a sudden you realize which is the one you're with. So you already know what side you're on, which is the spiritual pathway that you take, which means it's about spiritual growth and development through the light. It has nothing to do really with matter, what you see on the visible light spectrum. It's what you feel in spirit and energy. So it's the energy. This energy is the engine that you use to create with, to be an original artist. So you want to hang out with original artists, because that's the train. as they used to say. And when was that? I grew up with all that music stuff. With the when I say music stuff, we dance to music, we play music. But there was a very choreographed way in which um, the other side was using music. You know, the devil can play a mean violin, right? That kind of stuff. And even though, because I was born out of a drum, or with a drum in my hand, or sticks in my hands, or bongos, just you know, the fingers naturally just want to play music, just naturally, right? Dance and play music and dance to music. So you realize you're a musician first in spirit, the spirit that dances to the music, which are the waves of the music. They all know this. So, so one way that you can translate sort of the differences that I do, but I love all music that moves my spirit. If the waves move in such a way that, wow, that's power, those are powerful waves, and it lifts your spirit to move naturally in spirit, then you're flowing with that waveform that's in rhythm with itself, which would be the units of energy that are playing that music. Can you tune into that? And then that was represent the energetic ratio harmonics of the energy that you're experiencing. Right? So if you're experiencing what love is, then you can clear anything that's distorted in music, because love is the music that you play. So you're a musician. So you know how to tune in. It's like being a master musician, but it's the simplest musician because it's the first musician. You tuned in. You tuned in. Your spirit, your music, your waves. You tuned into the waves of the spirit. Spirit in the wind, spirit of the fire, right? Spirit in the land, spirit in the elements. Everything is spirit. Spirit is an energy. That's right. So that's why all living spirit are sacred temples of light. Absolutely. So what I do to you, I do to me. So I'm not going to do the same thing to me to you. That would not be very smart. So that's your mirror. You're running that magnet, not me. That's a soul's journey, you know, which is how powerful is your drive motor, which is the accelerator to create with, to create a beautiful universe with other beautiful universals that are on fire to create what that universe ultimately becomes and can be experienced when you realize that's a universe that's in love with itself. Whoa, really? You mean to tell me anywhere that you go, you're experiencing what love is? Yeah, you're being loved by everything. Because that's the energy that it runs with. And so I just want to say thank you to all of you that are creator beings. Actually, the whole cosmic, all of creation, that I've had an eternal blessing to have been in places that were, you know how the energy is, very oppressive, very dark, right? And still know if you're on heart and soul, you're a light bulb no matter where that is. Okay. And so it's a, how would I put it? It's a treehouse center of like lost soul fragments. My God, shh, look what happened to this place. It's a war zone. It's like, you know what a mop-up crew is on a fire, right? Man, this infection spread right through here. That's what it's like, a virus in a computer. So it gives you an idea how much light's been lost by virtue of the density that you experience here. And so you already know the difference because you bring that difference in. So that's the difference in your speed, which is the difference in the accelerator between knowing the difference between what you are and what you're not. Otherwise, love doesn't exist. So if you're experiencing what love is, you don't ever want to lose that as home base. That's always home base. That's center point. That's center point of any living star. Fuck yeah. Be a powerful, real star. be a powerful, real universal creator, hooked up with other co-creators that are on fire because they haven't much love in their heart. It's not, it, the libraries that get built that are so vast, you've got to go all the way back to the beginning to get it right, which is the right-hand path. Because it's not very hard to figure it out. It's the simplest that I know. It's an energy experience. So we don't experience anything without energy. So it's the energy that you experience and knowing that's the energy you are. So if you are love energy, then you don't have to think about it anymore. You already got it figured out. You are what that is. That's as simple as I know how to explain it. And so that's a difference in mirrors, which really is the speed of the learning. But I realize the other libraries exist that explain all that, what that is, what that represents. But it's easy to measure the difference between what love is and what love isn't by a simple antenna. So if you're running an antenna, you already know you're picking up the signal. Because at the end of the day, that's what you are. Right? You got a receiving station. I'm getting the signals. So I was very, very, very fortunate when I was a child. Man, I knew that this is all programming. This is not the real world. So you want to know, I'll give you, I love to do metaphors and euphemisms that connect other people's libraries to other libraries that they run. Well, for all those, because baby boomers are still alive, was DC Comics, DC, Direct Current Comics. I mean, when you really break down the math to the letters, it's comical how they constructed this. But I remember a comic, because I loved comic books when I was a kid, because I love illustrators and the colors and the shapes and form. That's the artist in you that resonates with that. And so you had the regular Superman and Supergirl comics, which is the hero, right? Savior of the day. So you can associate that with religion and Jesus and how that programming works, right? Now, I'm not saying, because I don't remember being there at that point in time. I could have been, I simply don't remember it. Where whatever that being was in energy, because what I do is I forget letters and names and labels. Let's just throw that away. What was the energy like to experience being in the company of that energy? If that energy was love energy, then we know what energy that being is associated with. That's the read. Because it's all about energy. We define it by energy first. What does the energy feel like? I got feelings. I'm very, very sensitive. Extremely sensitive. I mean, extremely sensitive. And you want an antenna like that. That's like graduating. Your sensors are far more sensitive now to everything that is alive and living that is around you, everything. And that's a good thing. That's a really good thing. Okay? Because that means you're experiencing more lights coming in here. And yeah, changes are coming. Whoa. This is like brothers and sisters time. Yeah. I'm all with you. That's who we are. We know where to find each other. We talk the same language, which is the language of love. And so it has a multitude of ways to present itself to you, which is a way to wake you up. There are a lot of beings in here that love each other, that share that energy, that are here. But you realize there are others that don't. And it's easy to describe through observation or simply experience on the connection that you see people have with a living earth and those that don't. Or if you will, another living spirit. As Chief Orloran said, the female on the planet. I call Mama a girl on the planet because I love girls. I love the way that those letters are pronounced. Girl. It somehow has a flowery way that I think about it in the way it's pronounced. even though the Hawaiian language is more natural for me, simply because of the way the language is associated with what you experience here energetically through everything that's alive and living here. Right? So there's sort of there's a matchup with like Du Kahana Muku, stuff like that. It's a beautiful day here. There's the ocean. Welcome to the Great Pacific Ocean. Out in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the ocean, on a rock. Powerful energy comes into this place, boy. It's like tapping into a big ass fire hydrant. Well, it means the flow. You know, it doesn't take long to lose your shield on this island if you do anything to harm anyone. Okay. As Lay said to me once time, this island will eat you alive. And it will. No doubt about it. And so that's why it's so dense. A lot has been lost here. Honolulu was the worst that I experienced. And then you have the flower shop of a goddess, my favorite place to hang out. In these islands, actually, because of the rainforest up above that I've yet to get to. And but even though I'm actually already there. So anyway, thank you all very much. I love you all very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let it flow, let it flow, let it flow, let it flow.